What if you could predict the future? How do you design in the beginning of 2024 for the end of 2024? So in today's episode, I'll give you guys my go-to guide on how to predict the future of fashion. The first thing that you need to know is that fashion forecasting is actually a really big business. There are a ton of resources on the internet. The first and most well-known fashion forecasting resource is WGSN. WGSN gives you a great insight into a variety of different sectors, whether it's activewear, whether it's haute couture. Two other great resources depending on your budget are going to be Fashion Snoops and Style Site. But in short, what you need to understand about forecasting is you are analyzing previous data and using that data in order to make informed decisions and calculated decisions about where the future of fashion is heading in the next couple of months. Number two is analyze and track current trends. You can use tools like Hootsuite, BuzzSumo to be able to track different hashtags. The same is true with Google. You can actually search analytical data to see how certain search terms are performing over time. Anyone who's been in the fashion business for a period of time will tell you that fashion is extremely cyclical. What was popular becomes outdated, then becomes forgotten, then becomes all of a sudden extremely trendy. So number three, you want to use color-specific forecasting tools. Knowing what colors are going to be relevant for specific seasons is essential. This is where Pantone's Color Institute comes into play. They curate specific color palettes. One thing that I've noticed is perhaps last year, very muted color palettes were definitely in style. And then typically with anything in fashion, the more you do that, the more it becomes outdated and outplayed. Number four, you can actually engage in customer research. Go out and form focus groups. Get previous customers to give you their feedback. Look at what the market wants by actually asking the market itself. You can use very simple surveys such as SurveyMonkey. You can also do what is known as social listening. So this is a data analysis of specific conversations that are being had on social platforms around specific topics. And these platforms are able to put everything together for you in one consolidated space. Number five, consider attending trade shows. This gives you one consolidated space, one physical space that you can go and you can interact with thousands of brands. Some of the best trade shows specifically for sportswear, activewear, outdoorwear are it's going to be ISPO in Munich, and it's going to be the Magic Show in Las Vegas. You also have the Canton Fair, which is a great opportunity to go out and to meet manufacturers, suppliers, and others in the logistics department. Number six is actively collaborate within your industry. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, if you want to continuously be updated about where the cutting edge of your industry is at any given moment, go out and network. One huge way to stay ahead of the curve and to actually forecast into the future is to collaborate with other designers. Collaboration is a great way because it gives you an insight into another designer's workflow and it forces you to adjust the way that you work in order to find a nice balance of both aesthetics. Number seven, it's always important to stay informed on technological advancements, especially within the fashion space. If you notice that there is a new way of purchasing online where augmented reality is a big part of it, and you're able to position your brand as a strong proponent of augmented reality. Perhaps your website is readily using and taking advantage of augmented reality. Then you're in a prime position to take advantage of this increase in interest in augmented reality in e-commerce when it actually does happen. Last but not least is implement a digital design and development process. So I'd recommend definitely bringing in digital prototyping solutions. A great one is Marvelous Designer, where you can pretty much create an end-to-end product completely on the computer. This gives you the ability to go back and forth between your design and your quote-unquote prototype without the need for endless rounds of sampling. Make sure that you're able to implement some form of small batch manufacturing. Small batch manufacturing means that you're able to take a concept, to design it, to produce it, and to launch it, and then based on consumer feedback, you're able to fine-tune the products for future collections. Guys, if you want my personal opinion and you want my personal guidance on how you can implement forecasting into your brand effectively, you can check the link in the description. Guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please consider smashing a massive thumbs up. It really does help us out. It keeps us motivated to keep pumping out this amazing content from you. Until next week's episode, stay awesome.